completed the school's first undefeated.
The most exciting football game I have ever seen. I don't think there's anything else to be said. Let's just go to the highlights of this one. Magnolia turned the ball over 3 times in this game. They were trailing 20-7 late. This is in the fourth quarter. 8 minutes to go. Derek Cisar scores. Extra point good, 20-14. Magnolia gets the ball back. Check this out. The hitch and go from Ricciardi to Long. Picks up a first down. Magnolia threatening to tie this thing up with 3 minutes to go. But fumble.
And he drops the football.
And Bridgeport took over with about 3 minutes to go in this football game. Seemed like it was over. Magnolia was out of timeouts. The defense hold. Magnolia gets the ball back with 1:10 to go. Right here, there's about 30 seconds. Cisar to Ricciardi, unbelievable. He had 13 catches, a new state record. That ties the game. This is to win it in regulation. Whoop, there it goes. Magnolia had a chance to pull it out. It's no good. We go to the first overtime. Both teams get a chance. Magnolia got the ball first. They go, and they find Ricciardi again. He's like Wayne Crabett. The guy's the go-to guy. He always gets open. Extra point was good. Bridgeport gets it. They've thrown 3 times all game, didn't complete one. Check this out. Surprised everybody. They get the extra point. We're tied again, 27-27. We go to double overtime. Double overtime. Bridgeport scored first. They're up by 7. Magnolia scores here. They're to within 1. Now, they kick the extra point. We go to a third overtime. They line up for the third extra point, and I'm going to let the audio take over from here. Weethy, if you want to pump it up, here's how the game ended.
They fake it. They fake it. Cisar's going to throw it. He's going to run it. Is he in? Is he in? They haven't said yet. He's in.
Touchdown.
He's in.
Touchdown.
Magnolia's won the football game. Oh, my God. Magnolia's won the football game. The players for Bridgeport are going nuts at the official. Oh, my God. What I just tell you, it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. Magnolia's won the football game. Bubba Cisar gets in on second effort.
Unbelievable finish. You see the players there dejected. Magnolia wins it on the fake extra point. 35-34 in 2 overtimes. Ricciardi, 3 receptions. I'll tell you, you cannot put this game into words. You know, this game is going to be replayed right after the Sports Blitz at 11:45. I'm telling you, if you've got a chance, tape it. If you want to stay up and watch it, do so, because it was absolutely unbelievable. I don't know how else to describe it.
This is one definitely to record and save for the archives here. A fantastic finish tonight. There's the DuPont East Bank score we wanted to give you.
A couple of things about Magnolia High School that I certainly didn't know. 12-0, which they would have moved to tonight had they beaten Bridgeport, would have equaled the best record ever by a Magnolia High School football team. Also, in the entire school's history, they've never lost an overtime football game. That's staggering to me, but keep those those numbers in mind as we watch these highlights from Alumni Field in New Martinsville. In the fourth quarter, it's 20-7, Bridgeport with the lead. Derek Cisar to Jonathan Ricciardi. Ricciardi with a playoff record 13 receptions for AA in this game. That sets up Cisar with the 1-yard sneak for the touchdown, 20-14 Bridgeport. Later, Magnolia gets the ball back. They go to the spice rack. Cisar to Ricciardi, lateral to Jamie Long. Big gainer down the left sidelines. This is with about 4 minutes left in the ball game. But Cisar coughs up the ball on the 2-yard line. They jiggle it around Bridgeport. I've got Wahama on the brain. Bridgeport gets the ball back. Cisar, with about 30 seconds left in the game, Magnolia finally gets the ball back. He finds his favorite target, Ricciardi, into the end zone. That makes it 20-20. The point after to win the game sails over Ricciardi's head. Bad snap, and we go to overtime, and we go to double overtime. Derek Cisar with it, 34-27 Bridgeport. Cisar with the 1-yard sneak. Point after to tie the game at 34. They fake it. Cisar, the keeper, fake. Squeezes into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It's a late call. When they finally hear it, 2 points, it's good. 35-34 win, and Alumni Field explodes in New Martinsville. Valley Wahama was a great game, folks. I got to tell you, though, this was the game of the night. Magnolia advances to the AA semifinal round against Weir High. Your final score from New Martinsville is Magnolia 35, Bridgeport 34. Magnolia keeps that historical unbeaten record in overtime games. They moved to 12-0. That equals the best record ever by a Magnolia team. You'll recall the last 12-0 Magnolia team was the Mark Cisar, Kenny Fisher team back in '92, which made it to the state championship game. Jonathan Ricciardi, again, AA record, 13 receptions for the playoffs. Fantastic night for the Magnolia Blue Eagles, guys. That's all we have from here. Let's send it back to you.
Field, and the Blue Eagles will take over from their own 27-yard line. Derek Bubba Cisar on the return for Magnolia. Coming into this game, Magnolia spotless on the season. They have not lost a football game, and that guy right there, number 7, coming off a game against Ritchie County that saw him score 6 touchdowns, and hopefully he can turn in that type of performance again here tonight. Now, of course, size-wise, both teams are sort of even, Jay, I guess you could say, but Bridgeport does have some big boys up front, 2 in particular, to go about 290.
Yeah, they got a couple of big boys inside. Lutz, Jason Lutz, 6'2", 235, and Scott Snyder, 6'5", 295. They're the base of that defense.
Chad Smith goes in motion, inside handoff. Long on the handoff, and he's going to get a couple. He's across the 30-yard line to about the 32.
Well, that time, David, they gave him a look as though they were going to throw the football right off the bat, but yet they ran a little draw along inside and got short yardage.
Of course, I was talking about the big win last week, along with Cisar's 6 touchdowns. Ricciardi had 2 TDs on passes of 35 and 7 yards. Long had a 30-yard touchdown run. He played tremendous, as did Palmer. He had a 1-yard TD. And Wright, a lineman, scored a touchdown last week. 216 yards rushing total. Cisar had 110 of them. 2nd down and 4 from the 27. Handoff again to Long. Second effort brings him to the 36-yard line. Big number 51 in there on the tackle for Bridgeport, and that's Jason Jackson, 6'2", 220-pound senior.
Again, David, they try to spread the field on him, and they put trips to the right, and they had a receiver to the left, 1 back set, and they gave the ball again on a run play. Picked up a little more than I thought on 2nd down, so after that gain, they're going to be 3rd and short here.
Talking to Bruce Carey, the head coach, 2nd-year head coach of Bridgeport, and he said that he was very concerned with Magnolia's running attack. That concerns him much more than their passing attack. He feels if he can stop the run, then he can anticipate the pass. 3rd down and 1, and Magnolia has a 1st down. And, you know, defensively, the Indians played very well all season long. They started off the year 0-2, and then they rolled off a number of victories. The most points they have given up all season long was in the last game of the season, and that was 20 points.
Yeah, they've been pretty stingy defensively and haven't really scored a lot of points themselves. So they've had some close ball games throughout the season. We'll see what happens here on 1st down as the Blue Eagles went to the run game in that first series.
These two teams met each other last year. Magnolia won it 16-0. Cisar on the option pitches it to Palmer, and he gets stuck by host of Indians. Big number 50 in there, Billy Reed, a 5'11", 190-pounder, and he had some help.
Yeah, also number 65 was in there, Josh Neese, who is one of their stellar linebackers on that stingy defense. And that time the Blue Eagles went back to what was good to them last week, David, and that was the option game. And they tried to option to the right, and they had pressure on both Derek Cisar and also the pitch man immediately.
On the season, Bridgeport pitched 3 shutouts compared to Magnolia, who, as I told you before, pitched 5. 9:38 to go first quarter. 0-0 game. Magnolia Bridgeport, 2nd round of the West Virginia AA playoffs. 2nd down and 14 from the Blue Eagles 34. Smith in motion again. Cisar keeps it. He's going to get a couple, but not much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that time again they went to the no-back set, and they're trying to spread the field on the Indians, and that time run a little quarterback draw off to the left side. But number 77 was right there, Jason Lutz, to make the tackle. One of those big guys that we were talking about early on, 6'2", 235 tackle.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and long for Magnolia. Palmer comes in. Miller comes out. This is Jonathan Ricciardi time right here. He's their leading receiver. He's number 1. He's spread out near side. Cisar under pressure, looking for Ricciardi. He's wide open down the field. He has him at the 32. Ricciardi cutting it back across the field. Magnolia has a first down. Wide open.
Well, David, that time again, they spread the field on the end ends, and they had them conscious to the right, and they had a one-on-one situation here on the backside to the left with the corner, number 86, Andre Mormon, and he didn't really even know where the ball was, and he had his back turned when Ricciardi made the catch, and the Blue Eagles are in great shape at the 24-yard line.
About a 34-yard gain. Huge play on 3rd down and 14. Magnolia in business at the Bridgeport 24. Quick pass, Ricciardi again. Puts on a little move. Ricciardi picks up 6, maybe 7 on first down.
Well, I think, David, they saw something on a play before that if they continue to play a man-to-man defense on Ricciardi, he can do a lot of things because he has great potential, and he's shown that all year long. He's made some great big plays for the Blue Eagles. And another thing that this passing game will do now that they put the ball in the air after a couple series of run, if they can loosen them up, then that running game and the option game and everything's going to come back.
On the season, Ricciardi, 29 receptions, 634 yards. He averaged over 20 a catch, 5 TDs. And he had 2 last week, as I told you. 2nd down and 4. Cisar fakes it, looking corner for Ricciardi. Does he have him? Touchdown, Magnolia. 7:22 to go, first quarter.
Well, Dave, as I just said, with that one-on-one coverage, I just don't know that they can cover this young man with one-on-one coverage. And right there, Bubba put the ball right on the money. A great lift for the Blue Eagles to take it down and put the ball in the end zone in here. And we talked about in the pregame show the fact that Derek was sharp last week in throwing the football along with running it. So if they can mix things up, it's going to be a tough night for the Indians.
Tremendous fake by Cisar. Jason Reppert bit on the fake. Ricciardi runs the corner route, and it results in 6. Make that 7. Cisar puts the extra point through. 7:22 to go, first quarter. Magnolia jumps on top, 7-0, just as they did last week. And Coach, you've been in this situation before in the playoffs. How important is it to get that first one under your belt?
Well, it's nice to get down, and you'll see on the replay right here to get down the field and score. And, this is a great lift for the Blue Eagles right off the bat. And last week they reverted to a trick play early on, got the ball in scoring position and scored. And now tonight, after a couple series of running the ball, they put the ball in the air and have great success throwing the football, and they're in the end zones. That's going to be a great lift, David.
Well, Coach Carey told me before the game, as I said, he was worried about stopping Magnolia's run. I'm sure that guy right there, Dave Cisar, knew that Bridgeport would be keying on the run. So he comes out, couple fakes, couple passes, and tremendous coaching. I mean, some great calls by the Magnolia coaching staff, and it results in a big play on 3rd and 14 to Ricciardi, and then finally the touchdown to Ricciardi to lead 7-0.
Well, I think the big thing, David, here, and this has been what Coach Cisar's been the best at all throughout his career, of giving you a lot of different formations, spreading the field, doing a lot of things. And I really think the Indians were really confused on a lot of those formations. And like I say, they got a one-on-one situation with a great receiver they wanted, and it paid off.
You know, one thing about Magnolia, they do have some speed, Ricciardi in particular, and Coach Carey said before the game he's worried about that speed. He said, our guys are kind of big, kind of slow, and if it gets into a foot race, they're going to be in trouble.
Well, they also know what happened here last week with the big blowout against Ritchie County, and here they are off to a running start again, and, that's going to have a real effect on what happens here early.
Well, that kickoff goes out of bounds, so Bridgeport's going to get some good field position at the 35-yard line. So we're going to see Bridgeport's offense for the first time tonight, and to say the least, Jay, nothing spectacular. Line up, punch you in the face kind of offense.
We're going to see smash mouth football. We're going to see a double tight formation for the most part, and I think from what I've been told, because I haven't had an opportunity to see this ball club prior to tonight, David, but I think we're going to see the old Kansas City stacked eye, and they're going to run right at you.
You know, just for a little comparison, Derek Cisar, quarterback for Magnolia, threw for 1,143 yards this season. Eddie Mount, the quarterback for Bridgeport, threw for 161 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions on the season. On the season. So this team does not throw the football. The most times they put it up in one game, 7 times. Rushing-wise, Rodney Heater's their main guy. 1,294 yards on the ground. And, that's one of the things. Teams know they can run. They still do it, and they still made it to the playoffs. I mean, obviously they do it well.
Well, here they are again, that Kansas City stacked eye, and that's exactly the way they opened up. Lead the first two backs through, and here comes the tailback.
He did not get the first down that time. Give him one, maybe two. And it's going to bring up third down and short. Official timeout. There's an injured Blue Eagle on the field. Try to take a look, see who it is.
Well, Dave, we talked earlier about, and it's going to be interesting to see just exactly what this strong Blue Eagle defense can do here defensively against this run-oriented football team, because the strength of their defense have been geared all year to stop the run. And I think teams that have moved the ball on them, have mixed up a little bit of pass, and this team is not a passing football team. So, we'll see if they can shut them down.
The injured player is Derek Palmer, Magnolia's leading rusher with over 700 yards on the season, 13 touchdowns. As vital as he is to the offense, he is the defense. He led the team with 95 tackles, 46 assists, 15 tackles for loss, 16 sacks. That probably led the Valley. Last year he did lead the Valley with 19, 10 quarterback hurries. So this is a guy who definitely has to stay in this ball game, without a doubt.
Yeah, David, they can't afford to lose a guy like Derek Palmer, because, as you say, he has been sound defensively all throughout the year and made the big plays. And then, of course, they need him offensively, too. So we hope that everything is okay.
Actually, Jay, they can't afford to lose anybody with 22 guys,
That's right. You have no depth when you have 22. Here we'll see on a replay, maybe try to take a look and see if we can find out.
Palmer's number 27.
Happened.
Can't see him. I think he was down on the pile, and I think he dove at the halfback's legs and may have jammed his neck. He's sitting up right now. If there's one kid out there who will get up from this, it's Derek Palmer, because he is tough as nails.
He's a tough kid, yeah. He's a tough kid.
Crowd gives him a standing ovation. 6:39 to go. First quarter here at Alumni Field. 7-0 Magnolia over Bridgeport. West Virginia AA playoffs.
One good positive thing, David, when I saw Coach Cisar come back off the field, that gave me a good indication that Derek was going to be okay, and I think we'll see him back in there in a play or two.
Third down and 2 for Bridgeport. They keep it right up the middle. They have a first down, and if it isn't for long, they may have a touchdown. Jamie Travelstead on the carry, 6'2", 175 pounds, and he carried a couple people with him that time.
Well, we saw exactly why this team has been a run-oriented team here. They just opened up the front. Those people on the up front line did a nice job, and those two lead backs went through and just about, as you said, broke it all the way for a touchdown.
7-0 Magnolia High School. Bridgeport driving. First down and 10 from the Magnolia 45. Same play, but this time they didn't get much because Long comes in and says, "Who's your daddy?"
And also Matt Hott was there to help out on that tackle. And basically all they've done thus far, David, is run that stacked eye and lead the first two men through and hand the ball off to the tailback. And basically that's what they've done all year long.
Second down and 9. Travelstead again, and he bulls his way close to a first down, but I believe it's going to bring up about a third down and 3.
Yeah, Coach Cisar told me before the ball game, David, that they've been relying on the blitz all year long, and I know that gave us trouble in game number 1. It's given a lot of other people trouble throughout the course of the year, but he was concerned about being able to blitz against his team.
Travelstead on the season only rushed for 38 yards, but he's getting a workout here early tonight. Travelstead again he's on his feet. Second effort brings a first down for the Indians.
And that time, even if he was going to be close for the first down, he was knocked forward and ended up picking up first down by several yards.
The Indians line averages about 200 pounds. They do have a couple big guys up front, big in the way of 290 pounds. Other than that, pretty much, 190, 200 across the board.
Yeah, we talked about the big tackles on defense, and they got those big tackles on offense that right now are paving the way for that running game.
Travelstead again. He has a big hole. Travelstead looking end zone. Travelstead finds the end zone. No, he doesn't. He's out at the 1, it looks like. He needed 32, and he got 31. So first and goal, Bridgeport at the Blue Eagles 1-yard line, and he's having some big holes off that left side, Jay.
Yeah, that offensive line's doing a real nice job, and they are going predominantly to the left side. That time they changed up on the formation. Instead of going out of the stacked I, they ran out of a wing I, and they went off that left side again behind those big guys on the left side, Josh Neese and Jason Jackson, Curtis Newsom, and they had great yardage, almost got it in.
Well, they don't do anything spectacular. They keep it on the ground, and Bridgeport has a touchdown with 4:11 to go first quarter. It's not pretty, and you know what they're doing, but they do it well.
They're coming right at you, and they're doing exactly what they want to do. They're getting the job done up front, and this guy is the guy, Jamie Travelstead, is the guy that's been carrying the load here in this first series. Right down the field and put it in the end zone.
Travelstead really did all the work down the field. I mean, he moved Bridgeport with his legs the entire way from their own 35. Travis Paul on for the extra point, and it's no good. And you know what? Coming into this game, he was 28 of 28 on extra points, and he misses.
Watched them in warm-up, David. They had two kickers kicking in warm-up, and they both did a real nice job. But that one, it went almost straight up in the air and came down a little bit short. So the Blue Eagles do give up a touchdown here on their first drive of the evening, but they're still ahead, 7-6.
Paul came in 28 of 28. He has 4 field goals on the season. Coach said he kicks 47-yarders in practice. He's a soccer player, only practices with the football team 1 time a week. And it was funny when I was talking to Coach Curry before the game, Jay, he said, you know, he's 28 of 28 on extra points, knock on wood, and he knocked on concrete. There was no wood around, so apparently it didn't work.
That's putting the jinx. That happens every time, every single time. Talk about Coach Carey. He replaced kind of a legend down in that area, Wayne Jamison, who had over 200 victories, 4 state titles, 3 at the AAA level, 2 at the AA level. And, of course, Coach Carey was 8-3 last year in 97. Lost out to Hedgesville 23-17 in the first round of the playoffs. And Hedgesville's coached by Ron Renner, who's a former Payton City head coach.
Oh. Those 2 people you just saw right there, the parents of Dave Sly, who works for Channel 7. Hard to believe that the parents could be so good looking and Dave turned out the way he did. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Cisar takes it from his own end zone, and he takes it up to the, he's going to have, well, it's going to be a touchback, and they take it at the 20. Yeah, another high school rule that makes no sense to me.
Well, that takes probably a little bit of excitement out of the ball game, but once that ball breaks the plane of the goal line, and it's a dead ball, and it comes out to the 20. So we're going to see what the Blue Eagles elect to do here. Started out the first couple series running the football, came back in the next series and threw the football, had great success, and took it down and scored.
That rule ranks right up there with the one where if your knee touches, you're down.
You're down.
It's football. You need to be tackled before you're down. You know what I mean? First down and 10 from the 20. Long gets the carry, and he picks up close to 5. Derek Palmer, number 27, still on the sidelines. It looks like it was an ankle when he's trying to walk it off, and you know he wants to get back into the ball game in a bad way.
Well, I'd say, David, they're probably going to try to rest him as much as they can on offense this series because they definitely need him back in there on defense. And the way the Indians moved the ball down the field on that last series, they definitely need him in there in that linebacking core.
You know, when I was talking to Coach Cisar, he said this Paul Travis, the kicker for Bridgeport, can really boom him. And he said it's going to be a battlefield position. He said he can see himself starting on his own 20 many times tonight, and we saw it the first time he had a chance to kick off. He puts it into the end zone. Cisar rolling out, fakes the run, cuts it up over the field to the 31-yard line, and Cisar has a first down.
Well, that time, number 65 again, John Neese, came up with a big tackle right there, or that could have been 10 or 15 more yards for Derek Cisar.
Derek Palmer was the leading rusher on this team throughout the season. Derek Cisar was number 2, right behind him with 711 yards, 4.3 average, 7 touchdowns. Number 7, heck of an athlete. He's going to be playing college baseball. Looks like it might be Ohio University, but either way, he's going to further his athletic career. Not on a gridiron, but on the baseball diamond. First down and 10, Magnolia. We're approaching 3 minutes to go, first quarter. 7-6, Magnolia lead. Cisar looking deep down the field. Long breaks loose, and he just overshoots him at the 35-yard line. So Coach Carey said before the game he was worried about the speed, and we've seen it 3 times now. Ricciardi got open twice. Long bust loose, and you bring that back a couple of feet, and Magnolia, well, they have a 70-yard touchdown.
Well, Long has great speed, David, and, you know, last week they utilized him through the little screens to him, and he picked up nice yardage. That time they went deep. He did get behind the secondary and just overshot a little bit by Derek Cisar. Now we're going to see a little version of Magnolia's stacked eye and a shift out into twins.
Second down and 10, Cisar rolling out again. Looking for Ricciardi, and he finds him. Ricciardi first down and more. He's in the Bridgeport territory at the 49.
Well, since they picked up that last first down, David, they've gone to more of the roll type of throwing the football instead of the straight drop back type of throwing the ball, and it's been real successful that time. They found Ricciardi right out in the flat area and dumped him the ball and picked up another first down.
I think so far, you know, we're seeing some excellent coaching, some excellent calls. You utilize what works, and you know, coaches, you always say it when I interview you. We're going to do what they give us.
Yep.
And you know, you figure Bridgeport's stacking up. They're going to try to limit your running attack, so you come out throwing, and it's working perfectly.
Coach Cisar's game plan is real good so far.
Inside handoff to Long, and he gets stuck. Big number 74, and when I mean big, I mean big. Stroh-Snyder, 295 pounds of pure meat.
And we're talking about those big guys that anchor that defensive line. 74, Stroh-Snyder, and number 77, Jason Lutz. 295, 235. So that yardage inside might be a little bit tough.
Yeah, maybe running off the tackles isn't a good thing. Maybe some quick pitches and trying to break it around the ends is going to work a little bit better. Second down and 10 from the 49. Cisar rolling out. Down the field to Long again, who's open by 4 yards, but he overshoots him.
That time, again, going to the roll, they rolled to the left that time, and he had, again, a receiver wide open, beat the secondary, but just a little overshot. Derek will get that timed up. They'll come back and they'll hook up on that before it's all over with.
You know, Cisar obviously had a great game last week with 6 touchdowns, but Long played tremendous also. You remember, Jay, he had a couple little swing passes that he turned into, 30, 40-yard gains. He just played. He was all over the field. He played a tremendous game, did number 21, Mr. Long.
Yes, he did. And like I say, he's got that great speed, and you get him behind that secondary, get the ball to him, I guarantee you, I don't think anybody's going to catch him.
We have 1:48 to go, first quarter here at Alumni Field in New Martinsville, 7-6. Magnolia on top, AA playoff matchup, and they face a third down and 10 from the Bridgeport 43-yard line. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Belmont Technical College now offering knowledge, confidence, and power to obtain the career of your dreams through a quality education. Belmont Technical College, for your brighter future.
Whether your credit is perfect or not, Financial Freedom Mortgage can help. If you own your own home or are on land contract, call us at 304-455-6827. Heilig Myers in New Martinsville, part of America's largest furniture retailer, wishes all the best to the Magnolia Blue Eagles and welcomes the opportunity to serve you.
For all your holiday gift giving, visit Little Green Acres during our open house, November 27th through the 29th. Little Green Acres Gift Shop on West Virginia Route 7, New Martinsville.
Imes Funeral Home, a comforting hand of friendship and service to all. Imes Funeral Home is the only locally owned and operated funeral home serving the area since 1936.
Milton's BP is proud to support Magnolia and Tyler Consolidated Schools. Stop by for gas, groceries, and lottery tickets. And now we're an official game-checking station.
From carpet tools to chainsaws, A1 Rental is the place to go for all your rental needs. A1 Rental also specializes in small engine parts and repairs. A1 Rental, New Martinsville.
Luke's Gym and Nutrition, discount prices on all major sports supplements. Weight room open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 888-304-1496.
Good luck to all teams in tonight's game. From the original PJ's Pizza, we're proud to be celebrating our 29th year. The original PJ's Pizza, New Martinsville, West Virginia.
You have so many commitments in your life and so many decisions to make about your future and theirs, like buying a house, saving for college, making investments, or planning for retirement. At Ormet Credit Union, we're committed to knowing current trends in finance and committed to sharing these methods with our members to help you make better financial decisions. So whether you're college-bound, raising children, or planning for retirement, let Ormet Credit Union help you find financial success, because our commitment is you.
Belmont Technical College, now offering knowledge, confidence, and power to obtain the career of your dreams through a quality education. Belmont Technical College, for your brighter future.
Riggenbaugh Tile and Carpet, proudly serving the New Martinsville community for over 35 years. Stop in and visit the friendly and professional staff at Riggenbaugh Tile and Carpet, located at 801 3rd Street, New Martinsville.
Buy 12 Vinyl Max windows, get one free. That's right, free. Now through November 30th at Wheeling Distribution Center in Wheeling and New Martinsville. We're not a trade secret anymore.
The address is WTRF.com. Get the latest local news, sports scores, and ultra weather. Check out your favorite TV7 personalities, the Ohio Valley events calendar, program listings, and of course, email. Plus, CBS provides national news and sports and a close-up look at your favorite shows. Remember, the address is WTRF.com.
Welcome back, everybody. David Bloomquist along with Jay Costa, head coach of Monroe Central. Magnolia facing a 3rd down and 10 from the 49-yard line of Bridgeport. Cisar fakes it under some pressure. Cisar's going to be sacked. And Magnolia is going to be forced to punt the football.
Well, that time they had people open, but he couldn't get the corner turn. And the key to stopping Magnolia's rollout game is to keep Derek Cisar from getting on the perimeter. And that time, number 51 was right there to do the job, Jason Jackson. He did an excellent job of keeping him from getting outside. And Jason, you know, is a pretty big guy, and when you can't get away from or get a hold of Derek Cisar, that's pretty good when you're 6'2", 220.
Cisar's on to punt the football. He averaged just under 30 yards on the season. Gets off a low kick. Bridgeport takes it at their 30, and they make it to the 32, and that's going to be about it. Magnolia, some good special teams coverage, led by number 25, Adam Kuhn. So Bridgeport gets their second shot on offense with 55 seconds to go, first quarter.
And number 56, Jason Knight, was also downfield. As you said, David, real good coverage on the special teams, and that's very, very important. It's interesting to see here what the Blue Eagle defense can do. Derek Palmer is still not back in the ball game.
That's 16 sacks out of the lineup. 1st down and 10 from the 33. Inside handoff. And that's number 41, Heinzman. He's 6'1", 170 pounds.
He's just a sophomore, and they only have one sophomore in the starting offense, and that's him, Jeremy Heinzman. They have 9 seniors and 1 junior on this starting offensive team.
Picks up 7 yards on 1st down, which is way too many for Magnolia. You pick up 7 on 1st down, that allows you to do a lot. Well, most teams. This team's going to do the same thing. They're going to run it down your throat. Travelstead on the carry, brings up a 3rd down and short for Bridgeport at their own 42-yard line.
Well, Dave, when I look down there, you know, I see the blue jerseys, and I think maybe I saw the Blue Devils of Bellsville rather than the Blue Eagles of New Martinsville.
Gave you chills.
They're lining up, and they're playing that 7 diamond. They've got actually 9 guys in the box and 2 guys deep.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. Our score here at Alumni Field, 7-6 Magnolia. Bridgeport has the football. They will face a 3rd and 1 from their own 42 when play resumes here in the second quarter. Coach Carey, before the game, told me offensively, well, he's going to do the same thing they always do, that's run the football. But he said they want to control the ball. They want to put together some 6, 7, 8, even 9-minute drives, control the football, and if need be, pass to keep them honest. But basically the bread and butter, they're just going to line up and try to down your throat.
It is the run, yes, no doubt about it.
Time to pay some bills. 7-6 your score. We'll be back.
Imes Funeral Home, a comforting hand of friendship and service to all. Imes Funeral Home is the only locally owned and operated funeral home serving the area since 1936.
Do you know how to escape a fire? Well, would you believe you could learn the answer from a baby?
If you get caught in a fire, here's what you should know. Get down on your knees and you remember, please, to keep your body low. You just got to fall and crawl. That's all. And you get out of the fire. Fall and crawl. That's all. And you get out of the fire. If it gets smoky around you, so cloudy that you can see, just cover your face and get out of that place and fall and crawl just like me. You just got to fall and crawl. That's all. And you get out of the fire. Fall and crawl. That's all.
Buy 12 Vinyl Max windows, get one free. That's right, free. Now through November 30th at Wheeling Distribution Center in Wheeling and New Martinsville. We're not a trade secret anymore.
Luke's Gym and Nutrition, discount prices on all major sports supplements. Weight room open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 888-304-1496.
Welcome back, everybody. 7-6, Magnolia on top. We start the second quarter, 3rd down and 1 for Bridgeport. I formation, whistles blowing. You know, I told you earlier that Ronnie Heater was their main gun on offense, over 1,200 yards rushing. He has mono. He's not even suited up tonight. Apparently, he's still in a hospital bed somewhere.
Yeah, he's been their main go-to guy all year long and their leading rusher. And, you know, we didn't see him, and I thought maybe had the wrong number there for a minute, David, because they were going to number 36, Travelstead, that first drive, and he did a nice job, but no signs of Heater. And as you say, the word is he has mono and maybe in the hospital. It's a shame to a young man to go through the season, have almost 1,300 yards and miss a playoff game.
Well, Heater carried the football 240 times. Travelstead only carried, well, like 40 times on the season. Actually, take that back, 12 times on the season. That time they go to the air, and that's what happens when you don't do it often. It was dropped by Curtis Newsom, a 6'2", 200-pounder. You know, Travelstead, he's running like he's been the go-to guy all season, Jay, and he's only had 12 carries on the year.
He looked awful good in that first drive. And that time, as you say, they went to the pass, which is unusual. Last week they threw the ball probably a lot in throwing the ball 7 times, completing 4. That time they had 2 guys open. They went to the tight end, and he dropped the football.
You know, one thing that says, though, Travelstead having success is that they have a good line. And Coach Carey told me they're really the unsung heroes, his offensive line, opening up holes for whoever's back there. Magnolia's defense forces Bridgeport to punt. It rolls. Ricciardi recovers it at the 32-yard line on a dangerous play. Boy, yeah. I tell you, in that type of situation, you'd almost rather see the ball roll.
That was dangerous, very dangerous. Could have very easily been fumbled, Dave, but I'll tell you, had that ball got by Ricciardi, that ball probably would have rolled for another 10 to 15 yards and pinned him inside the 20-yard line. So they don't have great field position, but at least they've got it outside the 30-yard line.
Ricciardi made one of those plays where either it's going to kill you or it's going to help you. Right there it helped you. If he doesn't get a handle on the ball and he fumbles it, bad news.
You're in a hole, they get it back deep in your territory. It could be trouble.
Number 27, Derek Palmer, still on the sidelines, stretching, trying to get that ankle back in shape. Till he gets in there long. Number 21 is going to be the go-to guy running the football. He gets a carry right there, breaks past the line of scrimmage, still on his feet. Great second effort, and he picks up 5.
A nice effort there by Long in running the football. They went back, the Blue Eagles did the more conventional pro set formation with the eye backfield and gave the ball to number 21, Jamie Long, and he picked up nice yardage there.
Long's really the do-everything guy on this team. 3rd leading rusher with almost 300 yards on the season. He averaged nearly 5 yards a carry. Receiving, he was the 2nd leading receiver behind Ricciardi, 18 receptions, almost 300 yards. He can do it all, and he's going to need to if Palmer's out. Cisar fakes it, keeps it, and he gets over the 40-yard line, and it brings up 3rd down and 3. One thing that has to strike you about number 7, most quarterbacks, when they run the football, do not want to be hit. I think number 7 is, well, what can I say?
He's an exception to the rule. There's no doubt about
he's
that.
almost disappointed if he doesn't get hit.
Yes, he's definitely like a linebacker under center. Derek's a physical young man. He's strong. He got on the weights, and he's a strong young man. He can run the football, and he can take the punishment.
He's a solid 6 foot, 200 pounds. 3rd down, 1. Long gets the handoff, and he gets a first down.
That time, David, they went back to the pro set again, but they had number 66, Danny Wright, at the fullback position in the backfield, and he got a key block right there to enable the Blue Eagles to pick up the first down.
Danny Wright scored a touchdown last week in the route of Ritchie County. They gave him, I think, about 19
After several tries.
tries.
He finally got it in.
Hey, whatever it takes, right?
And I think everybody else on the team wanted him to get in just as much as he did.
1st and 10 from the 44. Wright and Long in the backfield again. And they're still running between the tackles. And Long, with second effort again, gets 5 yards. And, Coach, you got to be happy if you're Coach Cisar when you get 5 or 6 on first down, because that really, the defense can't guess then. That keeps them honest, because you're in a perfect situation where you can run again, you pick up a couple, you have 3rd and short, or you can throw the ball, and even if you don't get much, you still have only 5 yards to go for a first.
Yeah, and give credit to that Magnolia Blue Eagle offensive line. Hubbard, Herrick, King, Leckletter, Hott. They're carving out some holes, and they're going against some pretty big young men in there.
Coach Cisar takes a timeout with 9:23 to go, second quarter, leading this football game 7-6 and facing a 2nd down and 6.
Coach Cisar huddled up with his Blue Eagles down here on the sidelines, and Coach Cisar and I have been friends for a long, long time. He does an excellent job with the other assistant coaches with this program. Coach Caesar's been here 24 years, 157 wins, 106 losses. This is the 4th undefeated team the Blue Eagles had this year. Coach Cisar had an undefeated team in '92 and again this year in '98.
What's it like coaching against him? I mean, I know you guys are friends and everything's put aside during, the week you play, but he's really the type of coach that you've got to be on the balls of your feet. You never know what he's going to throw at you.
Yeah, especially defensively. Like I say, he stretches the field on you. He can go, any way, do anything. You're going to see trick plays, all kind of formations, and you got to defend the whole entire field against Coach Caesar's ball clubs.
6 yards for a first down. They fake the reverse, penalty flags down, going over the middle of the field, and it's intercepted by Bridgeport at the 31-yard line. Ricciardi was the intended receiver, but a penalty flag is down. We need to wait and see what the infraction is.
We talk about Coach Caesar's teams, David, and we got a motion penalty here on the Blue Eagles, so it looks like it is going to be the Indians' ball. But we talked about Coach Caesar's teams, and one thing that Coach Cisar does real well, other than spreading you out and giving you a lot of formations, is he sets things up real well. You saw there after running the no-back offense, the one-back offense, then he went to the option, then he came back with the pro set, ran off tackle, and then he gave motion and threw the ball down the field. And really, had the Indians not been deepened up and playing a real deep secondary right there, that pass probably would have been completed.
I know it's easy to say from up here, but it almost looked like if Ricciardi would have just kept the pattern going down the sideline, the fly would have been there. I mean,
right.
It was open. First down and 10 for the 31. Bridgeport keeps it on the ground. Travelstead picks up 8 on first down.
Well, David, I don't think there's any secret. We talked about Heater being out, their go-to tailback. Now Travelstead's in there, and if the Blue Eagles are going to win this ball game, they're going to have to stop that young man because he has been real effective in the early going.
Travelstead gets the handoff again, and the big guy fights for a first down plus 2 or 3. Host of defenders for Magnolia in on the stop. Nevertheless, it's a first down, Bridgeport.
Yeah, that time they went back to the wing I formation, wing to the left side, handed off with the lead back going through, and they had him stop, probably shy of the first down, but he just drove forward for the first down.
Bridgeport beat Ravenswood, the number 9 seed in AA in round 1, 28-19. Magnolia, of course, beat Ravenswood in the first game of the season. Approaching 8 minutes to go here in the first half. 7-6 Magnolia. Bridgeport on the move. Mount keeps it, and he's not going to get much. Ricciardi out there to make the tackle, along with Long and number 25, Adam Kuhn.
Again, the Magnolia Blue Eagles running an 8-man front with one inside middle linebacker and then 2 deep in the secondary. And that time they tried to get outside, but that Blue Eagle defense is very, very quick, and they got to the outside and shut him down.
2nd down and 9. Big play here for the Magnolia defense. If they can keep Bridgeport in 3rd and longs, they're going to be okay. Travelstead on the carry, and he stopped short of a first down. They're going to need about 3, but boy, I'll tell you what, he's a determined runner, Jay.
Yeah, they're just hanging on, and they don't seem to be able to get him down. He just has that extra drive. Looks like a real physical young man, and just kept on going.
One thing the Magnolia defense did right there that they need to do is that initial tackler, if you're not going to take him down at the ankles, you have to stand him up and wait for help, and that's what happened right there. 3rd down and 2 from the 48 of Magnolia.
Big play here on 3rd down. That's very, very imperative the Blue Eagles shut them down right now. Back to the stacked I.
Travelstead on the carry. Travelstead picks up the first down, still on his feet. Cisar, Ricciardi, Long, everybody for the defense in on the tackle. Josh King, but it's a first down.
We mentioned earlier, David, that when they've wanted to, had the key situations, they've gone off to that left side. And again, they came off the left side out of the stacked I, led the up back through, and the second man through, and just handed the ball off to Travelstead, their go-to guy. Picked up the first down.
One positive sign for Magnolia, number 27, is back out there on the football field. Derek Palmer injured his ankle in the first quarter, but he's back on the football field, manning the middle linebacker position. Inside handoff, 5 yards. Cananan on the carry for the Indians. 2nd down, and we'll call it 6.
Well, about time you forget about that up front guy. They hand the ball off to him that time, a little quick trap inside, and he picked up about 4 yards there.
Cananan on the season, 55 rushes, 226 yards, 1 touchdown. They go back to Travelstead, and it looked like he fumbled the football, or juggled it at least, but he's tripped up, and it brings up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that time Matt Polisco did an excellent job in there to put a shoulder in there and stop him for very little gain.
One thing about the Indians' offense, Jay, Hader got the majority of the carries, but they have a number of guys who had a lot of touches. Not a lot, but they do have game time. I mean, Travelstead only 12 touches, but Cananan had 55 touches. Jeremy Heinsman, 52 rushes. Mount, the quarterback, 55. So they do have a lot of depth. Jamie Long trips up Travelstead, and it's going to bring up 4th down, but Bridgeport is definitely in 4-down territory right now.
Yeah, that time good penetration there by number 21, Jamie Long. Knife through there, didn't make the tackle, but slowed things down, and they were able to stop him short of the first down.
4th down, 1 yard to go for Bridgeport. Magnolia defense, big play. And he is stuck in the backfield, and Magnolia's defense comes up big. Derek Palmer.
Number 72, along with Derek Palmer, Matt Hott, 6'1", 245, came in there and stuck his shoulder, and that's Magnolia defense, and they shut him down. That's a big, big play here with 4:47 left to go in a half.
You talk about a chess game. I think everybody probably thought that Bridgeport would run over the left side. Bridgeport maybe thinks we'll change it up, we'll go right. defensive coordinator Ripley probably thinks, well, they might change it up. Maybe they'll go right. They slanted to the right, and they were there. Cisar's going to keep this one and picks up 2 yards.
Early on, they rolled and they threw the ball off the roll action with Derek Cisar. That time, they just let him run the football. After early on getting behind the defense, Ricciardi is now getting double coverage. He's getting a little under and over coverage here now.
2nd down and 8. 4 minutes to go, first half, 7-6 Magnolia. Derek Cisar fumbles the handoff, but he recovers it, and it's bringing up a 3rd down and long. You know, it's the one play, or one of the things you do in a football game that's supposed to be elementary, and that's the snap, handling the snap. You do it, you know, in practice hundreds and thousands of times during the course of a season. Usually nothing goes wrong, but when it does, it can spell disaster. Well, that ball gets kicked around and
makes it really tough for your offense when you lose a snap or lose it down there to come back and try. Now they got 3rd and long situation, and they're going to the spread formation again.
Cisar rolling out, looking downfield, puts it up, off Ricciardi's hands, and it brings up 4th down, and Magnolia's going to have to punt it away. Cisar that time had a little bit of time initially, but then the heat came right in his face, and he had to get rid of it. Maybe a little bit harder than he would have liked, but nonetheless, when you have 2 guys bearing down on you, the key thing to do is just get rid of it.
And again, running to the left, a little bit tougher to throw running to the left on the run than throwing to your right when you're a right-hander.
Cisar on to punt. High punt. Fumbled by Bridgeport at the 25-yard line, but they recover it. Nonetheless, nice punt by Cisar, and Bridgeport takes over at their own 25.
Yeah, that coverage could have been down there just a little bit, step or 2 quicker, David. I think they'd had a shot at getting that ball because Travelstead was to the point where he didn't know whether he wanted to field the ball or let it go, and he touched the ball, but he did get back on it. And with 3:16 remaining on the clock and having a lot of distance to go right here, a team that does not throw the ball very well, it is a definite disadvantage for them.
Mount under center, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Travelstead on the handoff, still on his feet. And boy, those Magnolia defenders are just going to have to take those feet out, Jay, because that guy just keeps chugging along. And after that initial hit, he usually picks up 4, sometimes 5.
Yes, he does. And, you know, at 6'2", 175, he actually looks a little bigger than 175, but at 6'2", you're going to have to cut those legs out from underneath him.
You know, it's kind of funny. You look at the Magnolia sidelines, and there's about 10 kids. I mean, they only have 22 players. You look at Bridgeport sidelines, you could field 2 more teams out of them. In AA, Bridgeport, the biggest school in AA, Magnolia, one of the smallest. I mean, to put it in perspective, Bridgeport has 19 seniors, just seniors on their team. Magnolia has 22 people. So, I mean, just their seniors is almost more than the entire Magnolia football team.
Well, these are quality young men that Magnolia has on their football team. You know, you can only put 11 out there at one time, and these kids have played their heart out all year long. They're a quality young group of kids.
3rd down and 1. Travelstead gets it, and he has a big hole, runs over Miller before Ricciardi and company come in, and he takes him down finally. But, you know, there's a prime example, and Miller's a little shaken up. You cannot hit him high. You've got to get low and take him from the waist down.
That's exactly right. And, you know, we talk about the Magnolia putting a lot of people on the front on defense, and that's the problem with that type of defense. When you put a lot of people across the front, when you break the seam, there's no one there except for a couple guys in the secondary.
Number 36 having a great game so far for Bridgeport. He's 6'2", 175, running like he's 250. Mount's going to put it up. Looking down the middle of the field, and he's not going anywhere. Haught in there on the sack. He was the first guy in there for Magnolia. Danny Wright. Danny Wright, and it looked like Jason Knight.
Jason Knight, yeah.
And that's a big play for the Magnolia defense, because Bridgeport all game long has usually had a 3rd down and 1, 3rd and 2. Now they're facing a 2nd down 17. Hopefully Magnolia can come up with another big play here and force them into a 3rd and long.
Yeah, I think Magnolia has at least one timeout remaining, David, so maybe utilize that clock here if they can stop them here and get the ball back, possibly have time for a couple shots at it.
Magnolia defense running around, not sure what was going on. Looked like the Chinese fire drill out there for a second. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. I believe Magnolia has 2 timeouts left, because wasn't it official timeout when Palmer was hurt?
Yeah, you're right. I was looking at the board. It said 1, and I think maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you are right. If I had another eye, I'd be a Cyclops, Jay. What can I say?
Clock's running at 30 seconds. And
Kick my seeing eye dog for me.
The Indians going to be content just to run it out right here, not give the ball up.
Uh-oh. Bridgeport breaks it for a 1st down. They're into Magnolia territory at the 42. 18 seconds to go here, first half. Magnolia leading 7-6.
Again, with only 18 seconds left to go, I don't know that we're going to see them put the ball up. You never know, but the times that they have tried to put the ball up, they dropped one and they got sacked. They haven't been very successful throwing the ball, but really with only 18 seconds left to go, that's about their only shot, is to maybe try to throw the ball.
Well, if it's picked off, it's going to be picked off deep in Magnolia territory, and they're not going to have time to do anything with it. So if they are going to take a chance in the air, this is the time to do it, without a doubt. But I think the one thing in particular about Magnolia's defense, number one, they've got to get out of these 3rd and shorts, because with the type of team Bridgeport has, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 for the most part is not going to be a problem. But they need to get lower in tackle, around the legs, around the ankles, because when you have a back who's 180 pounds, you hit him high, he's just going to hurt you.
Yeah, and this kid runs with authority. I mean, he's not easy to bring down. He's fighting for that extra yard or 2 every time he carries a football.
Just saw number 1 there, Jonathan Ricciardi for Magnolia. He has the only touchdown for Magnolia tonight in the corner of the end zone from Derek Cisar. It's been open really all night long.
Well, we're going to see a little bit of a spread formation here for the Indians. A slot right, but they go right up the middle.
Inside handoff, Kananen.
And they're going to take another timeout.
They take a timeout, and there's 13 seconds to go here.
Well, at least I don't think we have to worry about the kicking game at this point. They're still way out of kicking distance here. But and with only 13 seconds to go, if they want to get in position for a field goal, they're going to have to throw the ball down the field.
Well, according to Coach Carey, he said Paul Travis has kicked 47-yarders in practice, so they would need to get at least to the 30 in order for him to have a shot. .13 seconds to go here. Offensively for Magnolia, they came in. We thought they'd run a little more. They've thrown the football, and the receivers have been open.
Been there, just haven't hooked up with those people that have had open. A lot of things that the Blue Eagles have done offensively have been effective, and I think a lot of things look like they're there. They'll just have to talk about these things at halftime, get some things worked out to hook up on some of these things. Now we're going to see a pro set from the Indians.
2nd down 6, 13 seconds to go. Mount going to put it up, pressure from the backside, and he gets drilled. Adam Kuhn, running like Buddy Lee in his dungarees, comes in and just lays out Eddie Mount.
And the Kuhn dog put a lot of pressure on from the backside, and he sacked him, and that took away all chances of getting the ball down the field. So we're looking at 3rd down now and about 7 yards.
Who is a defender, too, you could see Kuhn just bearing down, and you've got to like that when you've got a full head of steam, and you see that quarterback with his back to you just standing there vulnerable. And, of course, if you're the quarterback, you're hating every second of it.
You got that right.
3rd down and 6, 7 seconds to go, probably the last play of the half.
I'd say we're going to see travel stead. Now we're going to throw it again.
Mount, Ricciardi breaks it up, And that thing wasn't even close. 3 seconds to go, so they're going to have one more shot on 4th down.
Again, good pressure that time by number 77, Josh King, and also the Coon dog, Adam Coon, was in there again, put pressure on the quarterback. He really didn't have time to throw the ball.
What do you think Coach Cisar's telling his troops at halftime?
Well, I think you're going to have to get regrouped offensively a little bit. Like I said, a lot of things looked good the first half. They just didn't hook up. I don't think they need to really abandon anything, come back out and do some of the same things they did. But I think the big concern is going to be stopping that Indians running game.
4th down and 6, 3 seconds to go. Mount putting it up, penalty flag down. He throws it way deep, incomplete. But there is some laundry on the field. No time left.
Well, we're going to have another down anyway because we can't end the first half or a half on a penalty. I think we had a little motion that time on the Indians over on that side. I would look to have another down.
Well, that is it.
I don't know. Maybe there's different rules in West Virginia, David, but we had that happen this year. We don't end in Ohio. We don't end the game half.
Even on I thought on a defensive penalty you wouldn't end it, but on an offensive penalty, you know, if you decline it, that's the end of it.
Well, that could very well be. I guess I'm not an official. I'm a coach, and probably don't know the rules as well as they do. So I guess that's right. Anyway, the half's over.
There's a look at your score right now. Magnolia on top, 7-6. We're going to take a break. At halftime, of course, we will have the Battle of the Bands, and then we'll be back with the second half.
Heilig Myers in New Martinsville, part of America's largest furniture retailer, wishes all the best to the Magnolia Blue Eagles and welcomes the opportunity to serve you.